Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in the ugly hawthorn, do a little bit of work on it. I'm going to do a bit of pruning, a little bit of wiring, try and set some branches in place. Yeah, and see if we can start making it into not so ugly of a hawthorn and get it on the way to make it into a nice tree one day. Okay, well the first thing I'm going to do is there's a couple of suckers down here, we'll take them out. Get rid of them. From this branch here, which is too long, so I'll just nip that back, and this one just so it's not stabbing me when I'm trying to do the job. Okay, so I'll start with this bottom branch. It's starting to spread out nicely now. There's some bits that are just crossing each other, so we'll just prune them back. So I'm just taking out any branches that are crisscrossing over each other, and I'm just looking for buds, outward facing buds to prune to. This one is underneath this one, so we'll take that one out. Got this one up here which is crossing over this one. Again, another one here crisscrossing over. I'll take this one back, but I won't take that off yet because I don't know whether I want to keep that one or this one. So we'll wait, and then when it's budding out we'll decide on a few of these branches, but I'm just going to roughly take out some of them. I know we definitely don't want, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. One going back here, we can take that one out. Stub there, we'll take that off. Just take this one back. Outward facing bud there, so take it back to that. And we'll just give it a little pruning around. Reduce that one back. Okay, so the only one is this one. Maybe I'll just take this one back so I'm not crossing. I'll take that back there. Okay, we'll move up to this branch here. Again, we got some here that are crossing over. I'll take that one back. Back to there. This one here, I'm going to try and get it. Might put a little bit of wire on this one in a minute. Bend that one back a bit. Tap it under there. Just juice that one back. Okay, so this one, I'll take that back. Just put a little bit of wire on this one, just so we can bend it back a bit. Bring the camera in a bit closer, maybe. See a bit more. So I've got this one here. I don't know if you can see that. So I just want to bend it back. Show you from above. See that one? I just want to bend this one back so it's not interfering with this one. So just roughly hopefully by the end of the winter I'll probably be able to take it back off again. All the thorns on these, so you gotta be kind of careful. Let's get 2 pruny spikes. Okay, so we'll just kind of pull that one back and try and do as sharp of bends in it as I can. Don't want it kind of too wavy, I don't want it more zigzaggy. That's the way they kind of grow. So okay, so that one's just brought that one around again now, so that gives you another, spreads that pad out a little bit. So I'm sticking up there we can take off. And with this one here, take this one back, take these back a bit, take off the dead bits, and one back on itself, all the dead stuff there. Just take the tips off them, dead stub, again here, this back bit, take out the dead ends, and then we'll just prune this to them like that. Okay, so now we've one pad, one under here, another one up here, so we've kind of 3 levels of pads there now. I know when it's just twigs it's hard to tell, but I think I might take this bit off up here. Getting a bit heavy. Clean that out altogether. Okay, so we've got another pad now up here. We'll have a look at that. And again, we've got this one that's grown pretty long and straight, so we'll put a little bit of wire on that one. Could prune them and do clip and grow, but I want to try and keep much length basically in them without having them sticking all out the profile, just to help thicken up the branches a bit, because it's still quite thin. If I trim that one right back, it's going to reduce the amount of growth in that branch, so we'll just stick a bit of wire on it, and eventually then we can reduce it back once we get a bit of movement going and it's all thickened up. Now, like I said, you gotta be ready to be spiked a few times working on these. Branch up here. Okay, so again we'll try and give it as much of a sharp ends as we can. So that's the way they kind of like to grow, rather than out. Okay, so that should do that. Just get that pad started again as well, and like that we can keep working on them. There's going to be a good bit of work in this tree. I did have a big heavy branch coming out here, and it was kind of doubling back. It was ugly. That's where I came up with the name for it, because that ugly branch, it took a long time for me to make a decision to cut it off. And now there's one or two people that think I shouldn't have done, but I have a picture in my head of what the tree's going to look like in a few years. So hopefully, just bear with me, Nate, if you're listening, bear with me, we'll turn this into a nice tree yet. Okay, so we have a pad here, pad back here, pad here, one up here. Now I've got this one coming down here, so I think we'll try and create one here somewhere. So we have some old wire on here, maybe I can reuse it if I lock it off a bit. With trees like these, you've got to kind of look at them, which I have done for a couple of years now, and then make your decision. Once your decision's made, then you got to kind of stick to it. I'm not sure if I want another pad here or not with this branch. I'm going to have a pad back here. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll leave this one for now, this branch here. We may build a pad out here somewhere. Anyway, I'm not too sure yet. So we'll leave that one grow for now. So take off some of these dead bits off this one. Piece coming down. Just reduce them back. And I think let's just take these off. I could wire it, but I'll let it grow a bit first. I think this one we could, like I said, build a pad over here somewhere maybe. For now, we'll leave it at that. And we will put a bit of wire in this thing one up here, so we can get that one down. Lock that off onto this branch. Just put a couple of turns onto this branch, and then come up and over. I am expecting this tree to grow a lot better next year. It was repotted last year and stuff, and I kind of neglected it a bit. So this year I'll try and put a bit more effort into it and try and start creating a more worthwhile tree out of it. Again, try and put as sharp and bends as we can in it. And like I said, you will be chopped back once it's grown a bit. But for now, that'll do. Let's stick up there, I'll take that one out. Okay, so that gives us another pad down there. Now, what I want is an apex here. When I think about there, just see if I can raise this up a bit. Maybe I could actually drop the tree right down. Don't need to have it that high. Move this box out the way. Okay, so now this one, I want to try and create an apex out of this branch up here. I don't know how much of this is making any sense on the camera. But hopefully when it leaves out next year it'll start making sense. We start having some beds growing. Okay, so basically want to, if I can, I'm going to put a bit of wire around that one, a heavier wire, see if we can move it into a better place. Just bring that up a little bit. And we'll just level it out there a bit, like that. Get a bit of heavier bit of wire on this piece to bend it down a bit now. Use a small bit. Sharp thorns, alright, isn't it? Okay. So we'll just bring this one down a bit now. Just to create that pad. Like I said, it doesn't look much not now while it's all just branches, but it will eventually. Okay, so we have this one, that will be down there. Now we've got these two back here. So we could create a pad eventually down there, the back. I need something to break this up, so I'll just put some wire around them. Probably won't use the two of them, but for now I'll wire the two of them, and eventually like that we'll probably take out that middle one. We won't want that one. Eventually we'll just pick one just in case one dies, because we definitely don't want one back here in case anything happens or we break one. I won't be wiring right out to the ends, I'll be trimming it back. So I'll just put a bit of wire on this one. And then piece of wire around this one. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll try and get this one, if I can, to come back down here. See where we want it. doesn't have to go down that far. Down about here would probably be okay. So again, just put a couple of ends, it might break. Just put a bit of movement into it. Okay, just got a crack there. That's telling us that's where we want it. So we'll cut it there. And I'll just bring this one. I'll bring this one behind it. And I'll just kind of mimic this branch a little bit. Like that, and we'll just chop that there. So that then will eventually create our back branch back here. And if you can see it from there, there'll be a pad back here then. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll create one here, 5, 6, and the top one 7. Yeah, maybe we'll get one here, alright. We have one branch at the back here too, so maybe we'll let that grow. Maybe we can create a back pad back here. Okay, so I've got a guy wire holding this branch up. I'm just going to release that and just see, do we still need that on? Was it okay now? Seems to be okay. Just clean out some of these dead leaves. Some slugs underneath it. Okay. So the lime sulfur, do we want to redo that now? Possibly could, just to help with it for the winter. So we get our Ocean Bonsai lime sulfur. There's my little pot, there it is. A bit in there. Just pink tanning on the dead wood. Don't particularly want this white, but by the time the winter's over, it'll have calmed down a bit. Might go white for now, but just to help with the insects and stuff as well in here. We will give this a spray of our winter wash. Already you can see little bugs and things making a run for it. They like to hide out in all these nooks and crannies of the dead wood. Coating. This is not the best brush in the world. Here's this one. So if you have a tray like this, I've had this for a few years, and I've been very close to getting rid of it because I just didn't like the top of it, but it does have a nice trunk on it and a nice kind of character in the roots and stuff. So I basically put it on the ground in a tray and just left it there, and then I did a bit of pruning on it, and now it's starting to look a bit better, so we'll give it a chance, see if we can turn it into a nice tree one day. This will need a bit of carving back, it's a bit too much of a straight cut, but we won't do that now. What we'll do is try and get a little bit of this moss off. It's got really old flaky bark, so I don't want to lose any of that if I can help it. I'm not sure, I think this bottom root is dead. I don't think that's actually a live root, that front one. The bark is coming off it, so that might end up being a dead trunk, which might just one day add to the character of it. We might end up with all this dead wood up here. But for now, we'll just leave it. We just want to concentrate now on trying to get the branches growing, the pads and that growing. Getting it to look something more like a tree. Okay, I will put a little bit of wire just around just to pin that out like that, so it doesn't end up underneath there and dying in the shade. Just get a bit of thin wire just to hold it, basically. Nothing special. Just wrap that around the trunk of this branch to lock it in, and then basically just want to I'll wrap around this one. Just loosely like that, just to hold it down so that we can get it growing out there. What I will do, it's on the back on this one here. Not sure if I'll use this eventually, but I'll use a little bit of wire just to pin that out a bit. Just wrap it around there. This is by no means the right way to wire a branch or a tree, but it's just hold that out like that so it just gets some sun. Okay, got a branch under there we won't want. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done with it now, so you have to kind of use your imagination and picture what it's going to be like when it eventually grows out. So if you imagine you've got one pad here, you've another one above it here, which is a bit more forward. You've one at the front here, which is just breaking the trunk up. With one up here, with the apex will build up here. With another pad back kind of here at the side, which will come around the front. With a pad at the back. And then this one here, I'm not sure, maybe we'll put it out here and we'll build that back one further back, and we'll put this one to the side. We'll see when that one grows how we incorporate that one, and like that we'll have one at the back which we can hopefully fill out here, maybe down here to make it. So yeah, I think we might be not too bad. I think we'll be alright. We'll be able to make something out of it. Maybe I could prune that back just a little bit now, just to get rid of the very hard wood, this, especially when it's dead. Okay, just round that off a little bit like that, a little bit better. Okay, so I think that'll do for this video. Like I said, I'll give it a spray with some winter wash, which will just protect it for the winter, and we'll come back in spring, and hopefully when we start filling out, it starts to become not so much of an ugly tree. We might have to change its name, hopefully one day. So as always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and any comments greatly appreciated, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.